Hey, my friends, welcome back for another exciting episode of STEM is Family Fun. Joining us from Emerson College here in Boston is my amazing intern and producer, Kristin Barrett. Hey, Kristin, welcome back.
Hi, I'm so excited to be back for our second of this semester.
Yes, yes. So, who are we going to be experimenting with today?
Today we are here with Keith from the Children's Museum of Houston. What is it? Children's Museum
Children's
Houston.
Museum Houston, yes.
Yes, thank you. And we're going to be making an instrument. Tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely. Oh, well, we are going to explore sound because sound is just a marvelous thing. We all already have our built-in instruments. I don't know if you're aware of this, but we can sing. Well, I can't sing, but other people can sing. And we all create sound through vibrations. All sound is vibrations. You can do this. Just hold up your hand to your throat and give a little hum. You can feel the vibrations. And that's what our body does. And what we're going to do is we're going to make an instrument that uses vibrations. All instruments use vibrations. We're going to use the power of wind to make our instrument vibrate. So to do this, you're going to need a straw and you're going to need a pair of scissors. It doesn't have to be these nice safety scissors, but always I recommend safety first. So I'm going to get up really close to the camera here so you can see the end of my straw. What you want to do is you want to flatten your straw. And I apologize for my fingernails because I did not get a manicure this week or in the last 50 some odd years of my life. So if you take a look here, we get nice and flat. So if you take a look now on the side, it's flatter on one end than it is on this. Nice and round. It's a lot flatter on this end. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to cut a flap on each side. I'm going to hit the camera with a little bit of plastic here because that's fun to do. There we go. And so now what you see is you have, it looks like a little bit of a V shape and it kind of looks like an alligator mouth. So it goes nom, 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 like that. So you want it to be that's about half an inch. It's kind of hard to tell once I get it up this close, but way back here, it's about half an inch of what you want to cut there. You want to be a little careful. If you cut it too small, it's going to be really hard to make the vibrations. If you cut it too long, they'll kind of stick together instead of vibrating nicely. So this is what's called an oboe, a straw oboe, technically. An oboe is a wind instrument. Have y'all ever seen a clarinet?
Yep.
Yeah, clarinet or saxophone, they use reeds, but they only use one wooden reed. And anyone who's played one knows that splitting the reeds is a giant pain because then you got to replace your reed in the middle of a big musical moment, and it's really, really horrible. But the problem is that when those reeds split, it actually changes the vibrations. So what we're going to do though with an oboe is it is a double reed instrument. That's why we have two flaps here. So when I blow into it, so all I do is I blow. Now, here's the blowing there's a little trick that I'm going to talk about that in a second. But what happens is these flaps, they vibrate back and forth against each other. And every time they clap together, and they clap together really fast, it creates that sound down the tube. Now, to make the sound, you got to purse your lips. So you want to make lips like this. Not like big, not your big fish lips for your selfies. No, you got pursed lips. You got to tighten your lips. Tighten it around the end. You want to make sure both flaps are fully inside the mouth. It takes a little bit of effort. It sometimes takes a little practice. But once you learn, it's like riding a bicycle. Once you know how to do it, you can't miss it every single time. Now, what's really fun, though, of course, with a real oboe, you can play different notes, right? Yeah, so we're used to hearing different sounds, different music, things like that. Whenever you play a clarinet, whenever you play an oboe, anything like that. With mine, though, there's no way to do that. It's just a straw. But if I cut it a little bit, make it shorter, what do you think is going to happen to our sound?
Is it going to get higher?
Maybe.
That was my guess, Jed.
That's your guess too. So we have two hypotheses. It's going to get higher. Let's find out. Definitely got higher. So if I keep making it shorter, This is what happens when it gets really short. It gets a little harder to play. It gets higher. It gets higher and higher and higher as short as it gets. Now, this was a normal drinking straw. I went around and I got a couple of other straws. So my straw was originally, let me get my backup straw here so you can see. This was my original straw length. Now this straw I got from my favorite fast food restaurant, who does not sponsor this show, so we're not going to mention them. But it's what? How's it compare? It's longer. So what do you think will happen if we make that into a straw oboe?
Kristin, you can guess first.
I'm assuming that the initial sound is going to be lower,
The
right?
initial sound might be lower. Well, let's find out. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to flatten it. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you agree with that?
Well, Kristin's in college, so she's wicked smart.
This is what we do actually in all of my classes. So,
All right. All right. So here we go.
Yes.
oh,
So it's lower. It is significantly lower. Now, I also have another straw. It's about the same length, but it's a lot wider. So this one's a little trickier. What do you think will happen if I make it wider? Will it be higher or lower?
I'm gonna go with lower, I think.
yes, I agree.
Lower?
That's what I said.
All right. All right.
Yes.
Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and flatten it out. So it's the same process, just like before. I flatten it out. I take my handy dandy scissors. I cut my flaps. I get more plastic on my computer because that's where it belongs. Now, sometimes, by the way, if you, I don't know if you just spotted that there really fast, but sometimes they stick together a little bit. You just got to separate them a little bit. Here we go. So it definitely got lower again. But here's the trick. You can make it higher. This takes a lot more practice because this is something I learned when I used to play the trombone. You can make it higher by tightening your lips. So
Wow.
that takes a little more practice, but I encourage everyone to go make a straw oboe and practice and see if you can make yours higher and lower without cutting it. And then again, cut it, see if you can still make it higher or lower. And you can do it with any straw. So no matter what restaurant you go to, all you got to do is have your scissors with you, and you can just simply entertain everyone around you until your food arrives.
That is so much fun. It's much better than blowing bubbles into your soda.
That's also a lot of fun, though. I won't deny, but milk works even better because then you get your bubbles to stay a lot more.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, Keith, is there any danger of the Houston Symphony coming over and stealing you away from the museum?
Not even remotely. Far more talented artists than me, but I would actually love to see a full symphony of straw oboes. I think that'd be phenomenal to get them to play some Dua Lipa or something like that with straw oboes.
I think
What
we
do
should
you-
start a band.
I think so too, Kristin. Maybe some of your sorority sisters can get together and do a little jam session.
Yeah, I agree.
So Keith, if kids out there want to get their parents' permission to create this and then record themselves playing their straw oboe, can they tag you and the museum?
Absolutely. You want to look for Children's Museum Houston. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, if you happen to have some older parents like me. But we're on all the social media sites. So please, definitely, we would love to hear you playing your straw oboes.
And is there a cool website that kids can go to check out the Children's Museum Houston?
Absolutely. If you go to C as in children's, M as in museum, Houston, so cmhouston.org, O-R-G, you can see everything that goes on here. We also have a special website called mycmh.cmhouston.org that has over 1,000 videos that we have made over the years that include all kinds of topics from music to other science to math, as well as literacy. We've got some books on there, and we've got some very cool art projects that occur all throughout the year.
Wow. Kristin, I don't know about you, but I want to get on an airplane and go down to Houston.
Yeah, was right now. I might just open a new tab and start looking, preparing.
Definitely.
Well, that's great. Hey, Keith, thank you so much. Kids, make your oboes, post it on social media, tag STEM is Family's Fun, tag reading with your kids, tag Keith and the museum, and have lots of fun.
Please do.
Keith, thanks so much for being part of STEM is Family Fun.
Thank you so much for having us.